students, welcome to the lecture on career planning, development, and succession planning. And after the lecture, we will be able to learn the following objectives. Understand the definition of career, explain the overview of career development, discuss types of career development programs, describe the interrelation with other HRD functions, explain the career planning and development process, understand succession planning, explain the management development. Let's start with a brief introduction of career planning, development, and succession planning. Career planning and development processes will include a personal assessment of a person's character traits, strengths, and weaknesses to assist with identifying suitable occupations. This self-awareness expands the understanding of the present and future skill set that a person brings to a career. Training programs for career advancement opportunities are an important part of career planning and development. A continuous building of skills and knowledge will help a person excel and gain key competencies related to an occupation. The career planning and development process outlines essential information gathered to write a summary and prepare for job interviews and promotions. Succession planning is the strategic and deliberate effort to develop competencies in potential employees through specific and targeted learning, job rotation, and training in order to fill key positions.
When looking for work, the first thing to realise is self-awareness, understanding what your unique strengths are. The selection process is a competition and you need to compete on your strengths. When looking at your strengths, you also need to balance it with your weaknesses, understanding what the limitations are for you progressing within the industry. Most opportunities at the moment are largely demand-driven. When considering threats, most of them are external and beyond your control. The three main ingredients in any successful job search are competency and ability, attitude, and desire to do that job in that industry. When career planning, do sell yourself using those three ingredients we mentioned. Do also follow up every application with a phone call. Control the process and don't be controlled. Do follow up an invitation through LinkedIn and make sure you're linking in with the relevant hiring manager. Take a structured approach to your job search. Treat it like a full-time job. Dedicate 8 structured hours a day to networking and applying for jobs. Be selective. Research, research, research. Don't use generic templates when applying. Use your own application that's geared specifically towards the job you're applying for. Don't limit your experience to the requirement of the specific role. Look where you can add value and create opportunities for yourself. So to conclude, when applying for a job, compete on your core competency. Sell yourself on your unique strengths and compete and control the process. Remember always the 3 critical ingredients we spoke about: competency and ability, desire to do that job in that company, and attitude. The job seeker's attitude should be summed up by ask not what the company can do for you, but what you can do for the company.
Let's now take a look at the definition of career. Career is the progress and actions taken by a person throughout a lifetime, especially those related to that person's occupations. A career is often composed of the jobs held, titles earned, and work accomplished over a long period of time, rather than just referring to one position. Individual assessments. Individual assessments of abilities, interests, career needs, and goals is basically a process of self-exploration and analysis. The self-assessment process is basically viewed as an individual responsibility. However, organizations can aid in this process by providing the employee with materials and opportunities for self-exploration and analysis. Organizational assessments. A key issue in career counseling sessions is whether an employee's goals are realistic in terms of organizational possibilities and organizational assessments of employee abilities and potential. Accurate assessments of employee abilities and potential are important to both the organization and the individual. Career information within an organization. In organizations with informal career planning programs, employees learn about career options and opportunities from their supervisors within the context of developmental performance appraisal interviews. Organizations with more established career planning programs make greater use of workbooks, workshops, and even recruiting materials to communicate career options and opportunities. Career counseling. It is in counseling sessions, typically with supervisors and managers in developmental performance appraisal interviews, that most employees explore career goals and opportunities in the organization. HR professionals may be involved in some informal career counseling activities, but basically their role is to support career counseling activities of supervisors and managers. Let's now take a look at the overview of career development. Career development is a continuous, lifelong process of developmental experiences that focuses on seeking, obtaining, and processing information about self, occupational and educational alternatives, lifestyles, and role options. The Career Center program is based on the premise that career development is a lifelong, cyclical process. Let's understand the significance and advantages of career development. The importance of career development tends to vary by individual, but for many people, a successful career is, among other things, a significant contributor to personal happiness and financial security. Many employers also place a great deal of emphasis on the importance of career development. These employers typically want their employees to succeed and progress in their employment and may provide services to employees who wish to remain with the company, while also advancing in their field. Advantages of career development. The chief objective of a career development program is to synchronize individual and organizational goals as far as possible in order to achieve maximum utilization of the individual and to promote worker satisfaction. Career development is an emphasis on employee training, intended to help an employee meet his or her personal career objectives. By coaching and developing an employee to develop skills for the position he or she wants, companies typically see a higher level of commitment and better retention from its key employees. Let's now have a look at the objectives of career development. Career development programs can help the unemployed find jobs or provide workers with the skills and tools they need to advance within a government agency, corporation, or organization. Some objectives are flexibility. Career development also sets enhanced flexibility as a goal. Employees work in a changing world and adaptation is an essential skill. This may mean abandoning practices that have worked in the past or devoting time to education and new training. Education. Education is among the more straightforward objectives of career development. Such programs attempt to give employees or prospective employees access to information about job opportunities and options for skills training. Sensitivity to diversity. Many career development programs make sensitivity to diversity in the workplace a top priority. Educating workers about the customs and concerns of others can help prevent social problems or embarrassment in a diverse workplace. Let's now get to know about types of career development programs. There are many types of career development training those potential job seekers and students can take advantage of. Career certifications, on-the-job training schools, and correspondence courses can all provide quality career development training. College degree courses generally require passing high school test scores and the filling out of numerous forms and documents. Many students opt for career certification courses for career development training instead of full degree programs. These are often offered at colleges and technical schools, but may be offered through mail correspondence courses as well. Another type of career development training is offered by potential employers. For instance, some trucking companies also have training schools that teach truck driving to potential new hires. Once training is complete, the company generally has first pick on hiring graduates. Here, we will understand the interrelation with other HRD functions. A symbiotic relationship exists between human resources, or HR, management and human resources development, or HRD. Several professionals in HRD might be responsible for employee growth duties. HR personnel recruit and hire people, among other things, and HRD employees develop those workers into productive colleagues. HR functions. HR managers will make themselves and their personnel available for any employee-related needs, including managing unemployment claims or dealing with work-related accidents, employment lawsuits, or unresolved employee disputes between co-workers or between workers and management. HR responsibilities. HR professionals will devise employee appreciation programs, direct compensation studies, and ensure that government safety standards are being met. HR managers ensure that the organization complies with all employment laws and coaches and counsels workers when necessary. HRD functions. HRD professionals strategically develop employees who possess the qualities and potential that can contribute greatly to the company's goals. The ideal HRD professional is perceptive enough to recognize qualities in others that can be strengthened to meet the continuing needs of the organization. HRD responsibilities. HRD team members will use the tools at their disposal to foster the growth of employees to fill strategic company needs. HRD professionals might also be involved in recruiting outside the organization when an individual is discovered who can help the company reach a critical goal. Let's now take a look at career anchors. A career anchor is that one element in a person's self-concept that he or she will not give up, even in the face of difficult choices. There are 8 different anchor types. 1. Technical expertise. This type prefers to specialize in their skill, and they tend to pursue excellence and enjoy being challenged in this area. Example, sales, engineering, and teaching. They dislike being moved into managerial positions. 2. Managerial. This type of person is a generalist who sees specialization as a trap. They enjoy leadership and advancement and are happy to move around in different areas of work. 3. Autonomy, independence. This type dislikes being bound by rules, hours, dress codes, etc. They dislike the organization of the workplace and seek autonomy or independence. They often work for themselves. 4. Security, stability. This type seeks security and stability in their jobs. They dislike personal risk and often identify with their organization, which makes them faithful and reliable workers. 5. Entrepreneurial, creative. This type likes creating new organizations, products, or services. They therefore particularly enjoy work where success is closely linked to their own efforts as creators. This work is often linked to making money. 6. Service, dedication to a cause. This type wants to undertake work which embodies values which are central to them. Service or dedication is more important than the talents or a competency used and is the prime motivating factor for the type. 7. Pure challenge. This type likes conquering, overcoming, solving, and winning. It is not the job itself, but the process of succeeding which interests and motivates them. 8. Lifestyle. This type is keen to integrate the needs of the self, the family, and the career. They seek flexibility and an organization which understands this desire for balance. It is often suggested that more people are now identifying with this category. Let's now have a look at career development and employee empowerment. Employee empowerment is a strategy and philosophy that enables employees to make decisions about their jobs. Employee empowerment helps employees own their work and take responsibility for their results. Employee empowerment helps employees serve customers at the level of the organization where the customer interface exists. Empowerment is the process of enabling or authorizing an individual to think, behave, take action, and control work and decision-making in autonomous ways. It is the state of feeling self-empowered to take control of one's own destiny. Let's now take a look at career planning and career development process. The career development process explores a person's strengths, weaknesses, and interests, investigates career paths, identifies career goals, and establishes a plan to accomplish them. Colleges and universities focus on the career development process. Focusing on a career path as early as possible in the educational process makes it more likely that a student can satisfy requirements without wasting time and money. Career development requires self-assessment, exploration of options, goal setting, and establishing an action plan to reach those goals. As a person establishes himself or herself in life, career development becomes professional development of a single chosen career. Let's get to know about the steps in career planning process. Self-assessment. Evaluating who one is as a person, and this involves taking a personal inventory of who one is and identifying the individual values, interests, skills, and personal qualities. Career assessments may be required to promote a better understanding of personal attributes and skills. Decision making. Once one has made a thorough self-assessment and has done some research of career options, it is time to make a decision. A key point to remember is that one can always learn from any job one has and take those skills and apply them at the next job. Search. Taking action. It is now time to look for prospective jobs and/or employers. Send out cover letters and resumes, and begin networking with people in the field. Keep in mind that cover letters and resumes are designed to make a favorable impression on employers, and the interview process is what will ultimately land one the job. Acceptance. One has completed all of these steps and one has been accepted into a new and exciting or different job. One will continue the process of self-assessment, research, decision-making, and job searching in order to make effective and fulfilling career changes throughout the lifetime. Let's now take a look at succession planning. Succession planning is the process of preparing individuals to eventually take over key roles within the operating structure of an organization. This type of planning can take place in just about any type of organization, including businesses, charities, and religious organizations. The process of succession planning can be employed in organizations of all sizes. Succession planning will be a combination of participating in training programs and also being assigned to managers who continue to school them in the policies and procedures of the business. The board is responsible for succession planning for the executive director position. The board hires the executive director to ensure it has a skilled manager at the helm to implement the organization's mission and vision. The executive director is responsible for ensuring a succession plan is in place for other key positions in the organization. These will likely be developed with help from the management team with input from implicated employees.
So what is succession planning? These are a few textbook definitions: systematic process for defining and filling future management needs, a process of developing talent to meet the needs of the organization, long-term development view. There are a few key words here. Systematic, it is a plan, it is a process. It does require you to think about it in advance as opposed to knee-jerk reactions. It is a process of developing talent, so you need to get your head around that concept. And it is flexible, but it is focused on development. A theme for our session, by the way, is basically grow your own. So if you want to walk away with thinking, what is succession planning is grow your own.
Let's now take a look at management development. Management development is the overall concept that describes the many ways that organizations help employees develop their personal and organizational skills, either as managers in a management job or with an eventual management job in mind. Internal management development advantages. Internal management development reinforces the organization's culture and addresses the norms and expectations of the manager's workplace. It incorporates familiar workplace examples and reinforces desired organization direction, values, and goals. Management development options. Management development can encompass such external opportunities as university classes, seminars, workshops, courses, and field trips. Employers can assist employees to pursue these options by paying for classes and seminars and tuition assistance for employees attending a college or university. Let's now understand the objectives of Management Development Program. To provide adequate leaders, to increase the efficiency of performance of existing executives, to serve as a means of control in operations, to prepare them for adaptation to changes, environmental, ideological, and technological, to develop unity of purpose and improve morale. Let's now take a look at job rotation. Job rotation is a method used for employee development. Job rotation gives the employee the opportunity to develop skills in a variety of changing jobs. In job rotation, employees will make lateral moves the majority of the time, but job rotation can also involve promotion. Job rotation must start with an end goal. The goal of the job rotation determines the job changes. Thus, if a department in which every employee is cross-trained to do every job is the goal, a careful structuring of the rotation must occur. Job rotation is viewed as desirable by employees because of the impact a lateral move or promotion has on the employee's opportunity for personal and professional growth and motivation. Job rotation is seen as a continuing commitment from the employer that enables employees to develop and grow in their employment and pursue a desirable career path. Now, in the end, let us summarize what we have learned in this lecture. Career planning and development processes will include a personal assessment of a person's character traits, strengths, and weaknesses to assist with identifying suitable occupations. Career development is a continuous lifelong process of developmental experiences that focuses on seeking, obtaining, and processing information. Career is the progress and actions taken by a person throughout a lifetime, especially those related to that person's occupations. Empowerment is the process of enabling or authorizing an individual to think, behave, take action, and control work and decision-making in autonomous ways. Managing development is the overall concept that describes the many ways that organizations help employees develop their personal and organizational skills. Succession planning is a proactive effort to develop employees to take on leadership roles when current employees retire.